think, Marge. All I need is a title.
Well, cool! I get to use my Amy avatar for this video. This is, of course, Sailor Mercury from the Sailor Moon series, and she is one of my favorite anime characters. She symbolizes what I think women should be in life. Feminine to a point, smart, and able to stand up for themselves. I try to strive for all three of these things in my own life. Now, for this video, I've decided to share for you some aspects of my life as a trans woman. I do this because this aspect of my life gets referred to in other videos, and people may wonder what this is all about. So what I've decided to do is give you an overview of this by answering some of the questions that trans women get, with the help of a couple of videos, as well as a visual tour through my wardrobe and some other subjects that you might find interesting. So with that explanation out of the way, let's get started.
Ooh. I feel like somebody's gonna jump out.
Opening the box.
What's your real name?
This is a very important question, and the response varies from trans person to trans person, so keep that in mind. How I might respond might be different from how other people might respond. With that in mind, my name depends on how I'm presenting. If I'm dressed up as a woman, I expect to be called Amy. When I'm dressed up as a man, which has to happen in some circumstances, I prefer to be called John. However, there is an exception to this rule. If a person has only known me as John, or it is less of a hassle, I simply allow them to refer to me as John and I let it slide. I'm not as hung up on my gender identity or pronouns as other trans people are.
When people ask about the real name, it's almost like we're characters or we're in a stage play or something.
No, but your real name. I just told you.
Does every trans person transition fully?
No, and each trans person's experience is different. There are trans people out there like Riley J. Dennis or Blair White or Caitlyn Jenner who have enough monetary resources to work on transitioning, and they have the desired female look to show for it. In my case, I don't have the finances to even go through the first surgery. Also, being a diabetic, I have to consider the health ramifications of surgery and recovery, as a diabetic person does not heal as fast as a normal person. What I do instead is look for ways to look beautiful, notwithstanding the transition surgery.
Every trans person's full transition is different.
You don't need to look like me. You don't need to look like you.
What are some issues that have come up while dating?
You have to be fairly honest about this sort of thing, because your potential partner has some expectations on who they are getting involved with. So you should explain your situation and say something like, "I'm a pre-op trans woman." This will tell your partner what to expect.
Oh, Lord, sweet baby Jesus. We could be here all day.
Because I don't date the conventional type of person, it makes it a little bit more challenging sometimes.
I've always dated cis men, but recently I dated a trans guy, and the sex is really, really good. So I'm excited.
Am I still straight if I want to fuck you?
That would really depend on you, because I'm bisexual. However, I don't consider that you've changed your sexual orientation just because you want to have sex with me. If you are gay, I have the genitals that you'll like. If you are straight, I know how to act like a woman enough to get you off.
How rude.
You are attracted to them because they look female, then I don't understand why you would consider yourself gay.
How well do you think that you pass?
Meh, I don't know. I always consider it to be a work in progress.
I see beauty in all aspects if you are passing or not passing.
When did you decide to be trans?
I actually have an answer for this question. Most trans people will dismiss it, saying that it was not a decision. In my case, as part of the healing process from a multiple personality conflict, the female part of the personality took over my gender identity. From that point onwards, I have felt as much a woman as if I'd been born that way.
No, that's not how it works, kids. None of this is a choice. It's a choice whether you're gonna act on it or not. And I thought, am I gonna be happy for myself or miserable for everyone else? What happens if/when you change your mind?
That's not going to happen. In fact, I really dislike it when I have to present myself as a male, which makes me treasure the time that I spend as a female that much more.
Ooh, when are we gonna detransition?
I'll have to get my titties removed.
How do I ask someone their preferred pronouns politely if I am unclear?
Well, I think you just said it. Just ask politely. We don't generally bite.
That's a good question.
Like a human being, you ask them a direct, clear question.
What if they seem offended? Because if I was at Starbucks and they said, what's your preferred pronoun? I'd be like, bitch. Like, can I get my latte?
What's the worst thing a cis person has ever said to you?
A cis woman coworker at one point said that she did not agree with what I was doing, as if that were any of her business. But she has spoken barely a word to me in the past 4 years since I came out.
God doesn't make mistakes. They're right. I live a purpose-driven life.
During my military experience, like, where clearly, like, I look masculine, my military documentation says I'm a masculine person, but like the records for the military didn't say that I was masculine, so the military law says that they can still call me female, even though, you know, you have a medical team and you have all these.
Fought for this country.
If you could tell cis people one thing, what would it be?
Treat me as you would any other woman that you would see on the street. In fact, when I get courtesies, when I get doors held open for me, when I get called ma'am, when I get called Amy, that is some of the best compliments I receive. I love that sort of thing.
The murder rate of trans women, especially trans women of color, is so high.
You don't have to understand us. You don't have to understand every single gender identity or trans experience in the world, but you can respect us.
You need to stop projecting onto other people what you think is normal, because it's not normal, it's common.
We just need your support.
And your understanding.
And your love.
And $1 million each.
Hello everyone, my name's Amy, and I thought as part of this new video that I'm doing, I thought I would give you a little bit more. I thought I would give you a little bit of an insight onto how I, as a trans woman, dress and what my choices are as a trans woman dressing and stuff like that. I do this because, well, first off, because I want people to know about me and about how, you know, my life as a trans woman affects me and such like that also. But also because of my outlook on dressing. And I kind of roll that into something that a coworker who does not like what I do, she said, if you're going to do this, do it 100% or don't do it at all. And I took that to heart, because at that time I'd come out to work, but I'd also went to work a couple days after that as a male, and she, you know, not liking what I was doing in the first place, was offended that I was just switching back and forth like that. So she was like, you know, hey, look, if you're going to do this, then do it. So since then, I've tried to be a woman as often as I can. There are some times where I can't. If I walk into a church, for the most part, if I walk into a church, I'm going to walk into a church as a male. I've done it as a female before, but if I'm, for instance, if I'm going to do business at the church, then I try not to make that part of the issue. But anyways, part of this whole thing, you know, doing it 100%, yes, okay, fine. But then I take it a step further and I go, hey, look, you know, I would like to dress, sorry, I'm adjusting myself here. I would like to dress the way that if I had a girlfriend, I would want to see her dress. I would want to see my girlfriend looking beautiful. And so I try to dress in a way that I think makes me look beautiful. The result is that I've gotten comments from people. I get comments all the time about how I dress. I get comments all the time that I dress very well. I've also gotten comments from people saying that other people, women are in some way jealous of me about my clothing, which I take to mean that I dress in a way that they are uncomfortable dressing themselves. So anyway, I'll go ahead and show you a little bit about what I do. Well, first off, one second here, get up here. Taking a look at what I've got on right now. This is a maroon colored kind of shirt. This is actually kind of conservative, kind of demure. I still like it though. All right, this is the first shot here. And what we're looking at here on the left, well, it's kind of in the center here. But what we're looking at here on the left is an example of this one here is, let me look at it real quickly here. Okay, this is Basic Editions, as you can see right there. Basic Editions. And this one is, I believe this one's sold at Kmart. What I like about it is these all right in through here. Nice sequiny type things. And they are very, very, very pretty. I like them a lot. Make me feel very, very, very beautiful wearing them. I like the pattern on this one too. This is a nice pattern. I like this nice blue thing. I've got several different copies of different versions, different patterns of this, but all of them have the sequence, and they have this here, this white inner fabric, which I also like. Now, these ones over here, these ones are all White Stag. It's the brand White Stag right there. And as you can see, they're different floral patterns and stuff like that. I like them. They're very, very different. This one here is kind of black and white, but still I like it. I like the kind of swirly type thing. I like it. These are all also long sleeves, so I can wear them during winter too. Yeah, I mean, and these ones here, I think I also got these at Kmart too. So, all right. So yeah, and you can see, kind of adjust a little bit more here. But yeah, they like people like this kind of this crosshatch type of pattern here that I've got on, and this is a let me see. It's a dress. It goes down past my knees quite a bit, but I like to use one of my other skirts over the top of it to give it to again give it the kind of, I've got a black skirt on, so here, let me go ahead and give you this view. There we go, got the view right there. But yeah, so here's me. I'll go ahead and kneel down a little so you can see. But yes, so here's the whole view. They like this. They like the crosshatch of this dress. I like the skirt. So. And I like how, I mean, again, this makes me, I feel very, very, hello. Say hello to Bud Bud. Oh, who's this? Say hi to the camera, Bud Bud. There you go. Oh. This is my mascot. You'll see him on my videos for a lot of my videos. This is my mascot. There you go. Go ahead. So yeah, this is one of the more popular ones, and I decided to put it on to show you what it looks like when it's on me. So, okay, so these two here, these are, of course, blue. One dark blue, one light blue. They are both White Stag, again. And the reason why I'm showing you these are just t-shirts. They're kind of nice. They're nice t-shirts. I like them. The reason why I'm showing you them is because when I'm not doing my normal black skirt type thing, I like to team up one of these with a blue skirt. It's kind of sort of in the middle. It's more toward, it's more like this this color than it is our dark blue. But and I'm not sure where it ran off to at the moment. But the point is that to kind of change things up a little bit, you know, don't just go with the black skirt all the time. Although I have a bunch of black skirts. I like black. The black skirt tends to offset and accentuate whatever I'm wearing as a blouse. So, you know, I use that a lot. But every so often I go with the blue skirt and I try to make something. I usually use this shirt, actually. This shirt usually goes with that skirt because the two of them are very similar. And it's kind of a summery, kind of bluish look, and I like it. And so, you know, as a way of having a little bit of something different to wear. So this, as you can see a bit here, there we go. So this is a really nice red dress. It goes down to slightly past my knees. It doesn't have a manufacturer on the tag, but I did get this and another one from Avon. So I believe that Avon produces their own dresses. And this one, I mean, the cool thing about it, I'll kind of show you it here real quickly here. Let me get it for you. Let me get you to kind of zoom in a little bit. You can kind of see that it really kind of has these kind of bunching, this bunching along the seam. And what that does is it gives the effect of kind of a ripple effect across the dress. So, and then I like this zipper, which doesn't do anything. I mean, I can get into the dress just fine without having to undo the zipper. So the zipper is basically just there for decoration, but it's a really nice touch to a really nice dress. Let's see if I can stand up here. Give you kind of a look at here's the waist folding. Kind of the same thing. The waist bunching here, and then spreads out across the rest of the dress, which you really can't see because the shadows. But yeah, that's what that does. I got 2 copies of this. I actually got the second copy by accident. I didn't request 2 of them, but I got sent 2, and they didn't really bother with charging me for it. So, okay, I'm pretty sure it's not every day that a woman shows you her bra collection. I do this because, as a trans woman, this is part of the presentation. This, I don't know what brand it is. I can't tell whether the brand's on this tag or not. But it is a 42D, excuse me. It's a 42D. That's my standard. Oops, there, God. I'm just showing you everything else. 42D is my standard size. And the thing is, I want to be able to put on a bra and then not have to worry about, whether I'm, just basically showing lots of flat-chested nothingness. And so what I do is I get bras that have the little extra padding down here along the bottom. So wow, it's just me throwing my clothes all over the place here. But yeah, it has a little extra padding. Gotta learn to do my camera work here. A little extra padding down along the bottom. And what this does, of course, is it allows me to have some form. Right along here. See, you can see it better right there. Yeah, and what this allows me to do is have some form without having to do an insert. I've done inserts before, and they come out of the bra and they do other stuff like that too. So, and this one's the same way. It's kind of it's the same company. So, and it has the same idea right here along the bottom. A little bit more foam right there, a little bit more support, and so it takes what I've got naturally as a male. And kind of supports it and kind of bulks it out a little bit to where I look like more, like a woman. More the look I want. This one here has the same thing, only in this case it's a 40C. But here's the foam. Foam, a little bit more, body to it and everything. But again, it's a 40C. And so the thing here is, let's spread this one out. The thing is, what do I want? How do I want to present myself even as a woman? Do I want to present myself as a little bit less, out there, bulky, a little bit less of a bosom? Or do I want to present myself as quite a bit more of a bosom? It just kind of depends on what I'm feeling like that day. It's one of the few, it's one of those things that, a cis woman really can't control, but a trans woman can. In fact, I've got a number of, here's my bra collection. All of them, kind of. Here's the ones I really don't care to use much, but the ones that I kind of do, I have hanging right here. And these ones here are the 40Cs. And these ones are different kinds of different other ones, but these ones here mostly are your 42D type things, and they are, they should, most of them have padding on them. If they don't, then I like them for some other reason. Like in this one here, it doesn't have much in the way of padding at all. Actually, kind of does a little bit. Nope, actually doesn't. But I like the, you can kind of see the pattern on the bra there a bit. Here's a video and a subject that you don't see very often. I don't think many girls will show you their underwear. In this case, there's a method to my madness here. I'm showing you a small sample of both my male and female underwear here. And the reason why is because there are several things that trans women need to know about buying their clothing and such like that. And, maybe I can help you out. The biggest reason why I wear female underwear is because the male underwear, if you take a look at them here, they are quite, heavy. The fabric is heavier, I think. Yeah, it's a cotton. I believe this is cotton. I can't tell. I can't read the tag, but I believe that these are cotton. They feel cotton. But they are, they're kind of bulky, they're kind of heavy, and such like that. You can kind of tell by the fabric. These are kind of bulky type things. On the other hand, female underwear, as I'll lean over here, female underwear, as you can see, they're mostly, in the case of this one right here, this one's microfiber. So it's a very light fabric. These are, I forget, but these are not cotton. These are also very light fabric. Very light fabric. This one here has a pattern that's built into the fabric, so it has even less fabric to it, but it's also a very light fabric. And this is one here even this one here, I think this one's also a microfiber. It's similar to cotton, but it's not quite as thick as cotton is. And then also, if you look back at these guys, they do have, some of them do have a pattern to them and stuff like that, and color, and a little bit of, variety to them. But you do get just as much variety, and these look, pretty, on you. Now, one other piece of information that is very, very, very important about buying women's underwear. Really, you got to kind of look at it when you're buying anything, any sort of apparel for yourself as a woman. If you were born into this world as a biological male, your body frame and everything like that is going to make you a lot bigger. And so what you need to do, in the case of most of these, I've bought them at least size 9, if not size 10 or size 11. That size 11, I think, is the max you can buy at like a Kmart or a Walmart. And it's because basically, you know, as a biological male, you know, first off, your like I said, your body frame is bigger. Secondly, you have to also deal with the fact that if you're preoperative, you still have male genitalia down there to account for. And if you don't want to do anything like, oh, tuck your penis in somewhere or something like that, which I don't want to do because I don't want to damage anything. And plus, it just sounds uncomfortable. Oh, there's a sack up somewhere where you can tuck stuff, and this neck can go there. No. I would just rather wear clothing that is bulky enough in that area so it doesn't show me, and I would rather wear clothing against my skin. I mean, come on, I would much rather feel silk here, this kind of silky type stuff. Silky. I'd much rather feel this silky kind of stuff right here than I would this cotton stuff over here, this really heavy stuff. You know, so what you want to do is, you know, find out what size you are, both when you're buying dresses, when you're fitting for a bra, when you're doing panties, everything. When you're doing skirts, find out what size you are, and if you need to, I mean, I used to wear size 8s, and you know, no, I decided that size 9's better, and then I tried on a size 10, and that's even better. And nowadays, when I go shopping for anything, it's at least a size 10, and it's because those are the optimum size for my size body. With that, we'll conclude this video, since it is getting quite long. However, I would like to offer myself as a guide for other trans women who are either thinking about coming out or have already made that step, and I would like to help them, give advice, and so on. I've been at this for going on 4 years, and I feel that I should give back a bit to a community that has been very supportive of myself. So if you'd like to get a hold of me, my email address is down in the comment section below here. In the meantime, if you've liked this video, please feel free to leave comments below and like and subscribe. And thank you very much for your time.